Hi Leo, and welcome to your Twin Flame Journey Tarot reading for August 2019. I'm going to go with one storyline for this reading, Leo, so it will resonate and fit or it will not. And I'm going to read the Divine Feminine energy on this side and the Divine Masculine energy on that side. However, feel free to swap the reading with whichever side you resonate with more as being you and the representation of your energy. All right, Leo, so I'm going to start by pulling a card here to see what desires and wishes each person in this twin flame connection have for this relationship in the month of August. So let's see what's coming through, Leo. All right, the Divine Feminine over here, Old Flame. So, just because this is the card, the first one out, I'm going to say this is a twin flame union that is not currently together, okay? And the feminine here is scanning, through her experiences of her life, and she sees this masculine, which is an old flame for her, as the one. And the masculine, he is wishing for forgiveness. He really desires either for this feminine to forgive him or for him to find forgiveness in his heart for this feminine. But just because the feminine is on here, I really feel like this masculine desires for this feminine to forgive him, for whatever has happened in the past and caused this disconnection. Okay, but this masculine does not know that despite all of that, this feminine still sees him as like the one. Like, even if she's angry and doesn't want to be with him right now, it's like she's never loved more, she's never connected more. Like he is her one and only, whether she shares that with him or not. And he's just really desiring to find a place of peace and harmony between the two here, regardless of what that means. Like he just wants to be forgiven for his mistakes, his errors, things along those lines. Okay, so Leo, let's pull some cards to look at what's going on in the mind, the heart, and then what each person is projecting towards each other. So on the feminine side, in her mind, we have the Nine of Twin Flames. She's really feeling tested about this connection. And even though, again, like she perceives this masculine as the one that she should be with, like the only one she truly fits with, she's really questioning this connection right now, just based on everything that's happened, okay? In her heart, she believes that the disconnection right now, the separation, is temporary. And what she's projecting is a personal life journey. So she's projecting to this masculine, if they spoke that, hey, I'm working on me, I'm doing me, I'm becoming the best version of myself, I've really changed and grown and a lot has happened. So if her and this masculine have a conversation or meet up or anything, like she's really going to project that she's focused on herself right now, okay, and like growing herself and becoming the best version of herself. It's like she's keeping her emotions close to her chest, very nervous of this masculine, okay? Over here in the mind of this masculine, wow, we have the Five of Karmic energy. This is where, in this masculine's mind, he picked somebody else over this feminine, and now he regrets that. He really misses this feminine. Like, I fit with her like nobody else. So, the Divine Masculine is coming through with a lot of regretful energy for August. And Leo, I actually did a twin flame reading before I started my twin flame readings for YouTube, and she was sitting right in here with me, and the accuracy of that reading, like, I was like, oh my gosh. So I'm really feeling the vibes for twin flame for August. I don't know why, but Leo, in this, I see this masculine as really having a lot of regret and seeking forgiveness for what he has put this feminine through. In his heart space, we have the message of karmic energy. He is really afraid that, you know, any sort of real, like, reconciliation, the happiness will only be short-lived. And I think it's attached to that forgiveness. Like, can we overcome everything? Like, would we come back together and it would be magic for a moment just because of the time that has passed? But is there longevity to that? Are we strong enough? Can we overcome everything of the past? All right. And what he's projecting, wow, I love this. This actually would represent the card of Leo in the tarot. So I love that that came out, but this is inner growth. So this masculine is projecting pretty much the same energy towards the feminine that the feminine is projecting towards the masculine. However, what's different here is personal life journey. This feminine is like becoming very independent, like within herself, like learning herself, knowing herself, making a way for herself, just really focused on like growth, improvement, expansion within herself. And over here, this masculine is really growing internally, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Like he's perceiving this connection and everything that's happened from a much different perspective, and he's growing and evolving. Like masculine is doing some soul searching in August, okay, for sure. So Leo, let's pull some cards to look at how this energy plays out in August. Just because we have this growth going on, I don't know that there will be communication and connection in August, but wow, this masculine is very sorry for whatever happened in the past, that's for sure. Okay, so look at this, Divine Masculine of Flames. That's, you know, fire energy. That's you, Leo, whether you're male or female. Creative, intense, magnetic. You're just coming through very strongly in the reading here. Next out is the journey, aspirations, pursuit, travel. Now we have Seven of Roses, incompatibility, struggle, withering. Twist of fate. Nine of thoughts. Eight of thoughts. Ace of thoughts. Six of roses. And lastly, we have the light. Awakened soul contracts and experiences. Leo, I love the transition of this energy, okay? All right, so up here, I really see, I think this masculine is going to really come in strong and try to pursue this feminine once again. There's just a lot of nervous energy and concern on the masculine's behalf. Like, can this work? Can we overcome our incompatibility, our struggles, our challenges, or just whatever has happened? Like anxiety, fear, haunted mind. Like there's a lot of worry, and I feel that comes from the masculine just based on how he's aspected. With Eight of Thoughts, blinded projections, restrictions, it's like for the masculine, he feels like a twist of fate, a big change, like divine's got to step in to make this work again. And it's not that he doesn't want it to work and that the feminine doesn't have the emotion. It's just, I don't know, Leo, something happened here that really separated the two people coming through in this reading. And despite that separation, it's like the connection has never left either, is what I feel. And the masculine has a lot of remorse and regret for just his choices, the way he handled things, you know, picking somebody else over this feminine, if that's what happened. And the feminine is like, yeah, you're the one for me. However, I am feeling very tested by you, by what's happened, and I need to figure myself out. Like, you know, can I forgive you? Can I, like, even though feminine wants this masculine, she's not even sure if she can overcome everything, okay? But in her heart, the distance, the separation, the disconnection, she believes it's only a temporary thing. Like if she's ever with somebody, in the end, she sees herself only with this masculine, okay? And now we come down here to the last row. Ace of Thoughts, breakthrough, confessions, illumination, followed by Six of Roses, giving, receiving, sharing, and then awakened soul contracts and experiences. So, Leo, I do feel that there's a high probability of conversation and reconnection between these two people in the month of August, because breakthrough, confessions, illuminations, I feel that comes more from the masculine. Like, again, he's just perceiving things from a much different perspective. And I feel he sees this feminine as the light, you know, the light to his soul, the sun in his sky. Like, nobody gets him the way that she does, okay? And she's aware of that. But man, I'm saying this feminine, like, she's really fed up here, even though she doesn't want anybody but this masculine. She's just grown very independent, focused. Like, even though she loves this masculine and that's the only place she truly wants to be romantically, in an effort, it's almost like she's distracting herself with like a hobby, a pursuit, personal growth. You know, she's really immersed herself in something else, and it's not another relationship. I don't see that at all in her energy. It's just like she's really immersed herself in something else other than this connection. And it could be that it's been too painful, too much time has passed, just what happened was intense, like, you know, it's hard to say. It's just she's really immersed herself in her own personal life path and what's good for her and what suits her, and kind of put, you know, this masculine on the back burner. And now here he is in August, really in a place of contemplation, of soul searching, of remorse. Like, I'm really sorry. I need you to forgive me. Like, I wish I could make this better. I wish that things would have been different than they were. I just didn't feel like we were compatible, or that we had enough of, you know, there was just a lot of doubt over here. And now that masculine's really changing his mind about that. And this to me looks more about like a reconnection of conversation, of like heart to soul type of communication. I don't see like Ace of Cups or Two of Cups or Lovers coming through. This to me, it's just like there may be where this masculine tells this feminine, hey, I really screwed up and I'm sorry for what it did to you, and you know, I've really learned a lot and I've grown a lot over the course of our distance, of our absence from each other. So Leo, let's pull a card here to see the perceived outcome on both sides. And I say perceived because we all see and experience things differently. So the way this all shakes out, you definitely will both see it in a different light from each other. So let's see. All right, the feminine, settling in self-worth. And the masculine is a heart consciousness. Wow. Okay, Leo, in this reading, I'm telling you, this feminine, she only wants this masculine, but man, she is, whatever happened here, she really, really questions him. And she has grown a lot, and she's very strong, very wise, very independent now. And so any sort of like real reconciliation with this masculine makes her question, am I settling? Do I deserve better? Like, even though I love this man with my heart, with my soul, is this really where I belong because of what he has put me through? Like, that is where she is at. Okay? Over here, I mean, my God, he's like, man, I kind of feel like the masculine might be like, hey, let's do this again. Or, you know, you're still in my heart. You know, there's something along those lines. And look at this, Leo. I just barely noticed this. Oh my God. And this is so crazy. I'm going to have to share a little personal story with you guys. Look at this. There's butterflies on her, and then there's butterflies on her. So it's almost like there's this new beginning and transformation happening for both people in this twin flame union. And I'm just going to tell you this. Like 7 years ago, when I was breaking up with a very significant relationship in my life, you know, I found this butterfly, or I should say this butterfly found me and landed on me and just wanted to be on me. And I was taking a walk, so I went back up to my apartment, and it just hung out with me. And I realized like it couldn't fly, like it was dying. The butterfly was actually dying. And so it just hung out, and then it passed, and it was such a beautiful butterfly. I saved it. Well, right around that same time, my ex, he was out in his backyard, and he found just a perfect butterfly that had also passed away. Okay, and he had brought it in because it was like perfect. And so what I did is I actually framed both of our butterflies, and I, you know, let him keep his and I had mine. Well, just the other day, I found that framed butterfly. Like, it's been packed away forever. I mean, 7 years, right? And I set it up on my on this stand, and I don't know how it happened, but I knocked it over and it fell. The glass shattered. The butterfly went into a million pieces. And so it's gone now, like that butterfly. And that was so synchronistic to me, because that tells me that that part of my life, that history, like I'm done with that. It's complete. This cycle is complete. Just as, you know, my ex and I both finding a butterfly that was dying was like, that was the end of us. As much as I feel like we both didn't want it to truly end, at the same time we both did want it to end. And that was like the sign, the synchronicity that it was over. And now, you know, the time between 7 years and now, like a lot has happened between him and I. And that, you know, picture falling and shattering and the butterfly going into a million pieces makes me feel like our past, our history is done. If he and I ever speak again, it's going to be a different like version of me, a different version of him. And that's kind of what I feel is going on in your reading, Leo. And haha, how funny, he was a Leo. So there you go. What a synchronicity for you guys. Yeah, I just feel like, Leo, you and this twin flame, it's like you guys, the past is the past. You've completed that cycle of energy, and any sort of coming back together is now going to be in this type of energy, awakened soul contracts and experiences, where it's more of a fair, and this masculine looks like he's on board in a way that he never has been before. Okay, so Leo, beautiful twin flame reading. The masculine definitely waking up and in his heart space about this feminine, kind of like right when she's ready to close the door on all of this, really. But just like my story about the butterflies, Leo, I feel like you and this twin flame, the old is now complete, and any sort of coming back together is like a new version of both of you, which will yield a whole different experience, which is much more spiritually based. Okay, so Leo, those are your messages. I'm wishing you all the best. Take care.